Mackenzie McEachern is going to take the kickoff for Bedford. You see she's in a walking boot dealing with an injury.
Kind of a ceremonial start for the senior.
And this is what I just love about sport, is that she's out there on the field with her teammates, for her teammates, and they're supporting her as she's dealing with the mental challenge of having an injury. And there it is. There's the kickoff from McEachern. DeAngelis kicks it out of bounds on the near side, and now the team goes to greet McEachern and support her as she walks off this field for the last time.
And she's a player that I'm sure everybody will miss on this team. They certainly would have loved to have her during the tournament. A lot of scoring punch there that is going to have to be made up by other players on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, the team's, what do we have 10 seniors, which is a very large number of seniors graduating essentially your whole starting team this year. And one of the things you look at for Dover, I mean, they've got 3 or 4, so they might be much stronger next year and the following year versus what's going on now.
Number 15, Olivia Tulin, has checked in for Bedford to replace McEachern. She'll be one of the primary strikers tonight for the Bulldogs. Strong offensive attack this year. They've scored 48 goals, so they're averaging 3.2 per game. And the Bulldogs will look to use their defense to gain possession. That's Ava Siminovic clearing it up ahead, and Anna Kim is knocked off her feet. That'll be a free kick for Bedford.
Yeah, Taylor Kinsman kind of barreled into her on that play.
Free kick here from Neve Humphrey. That's going to be into the box. And here comes Ellie Flynn. Oh, she just misses over the crossbar. That would have been a fun way to start for that senior.
That was an unfortunate miss going over the net because she had quite a bit of the left side of the net open if she had been able to hit it in that direction.
Yeah, that was one of those plays where sometimes if you pull your head up to see where it's going too soon, you lift up and kick the shot too high. And Ellie was certainly excited to have that opportunity there. There's DeAngelis settling the ball in the midfield. Bedford sends it back to the defense and now crosses field here. Slajeski plays it up to Hannah Michael. Frank's going to be mixing in some fun facts this broadcast about the seniors. And we'll see if they can connect for an early goal here. That shot is blocked.
Hannah Michael's dad graciously donated all the signs you may or may be able to see along the sideline fences up here for all the seniors on senior night. It's always good to have a senior on the team whose dad owns a printing company.
Siminovic gets it to Slajeski, a little give and go. Now Ellie Flynn plays it up the wing. Dover will have time to clear that. And we're going to have our first corner kick. Hannah Michael earning that opportunity for the Bulldogs. Slajeski plays the short corner to DeAngelis, gets it back. And the pass into the box is cleared out by Dover.
Lucy Treader, their captain, was able to clear that one away.
That's Jory Santos on the far left wing, number 3.
Oddly enough, her favorite food is white rice. I think usually I hear nachos or pizza or burritos, but we have a white rice fan out there.
That's a pretty healthy choice. Anna Kim gets to it first, but it's taken away by Kozlowski.
No relation.
Harry's namesake is a starter as a freshman.
Come on, Harry, there has to be a relationship somehow in that one.
Oh, maybe somewhere back in the old country. It's actually a pretty common name back in Poland. I mean, there's Brian Kozlowski, right? He was a former Chicago Bear. Linda Kozlowski on Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, right. Didn't know that one.
No, she was the female lead in that movie. Of course, she didn't really do much anything after that.
Caitlin Hernack falls on it. The senior goalkeeper. Ellie Flynn putting some pressure on Dover. Now DeAngelis heads it to her. Ellie Flynn sends it up the right wing, but that'll be a goal kick for Dover.
Yeah, that was intended for Hannah Michael, but she just led it a little too far.
Just over 5 minutes into the first half here. Final game of the regular season for the Bulldogs. They come into tonight's action at 12-3, sitting as the 4th seed in Division I.
Olivia Tulin just took the ball in the midfield area here. Look for her to be a crucial player up top.
Anna Kim wins that ball. Santos plays it back. Now Kim has it in the middle. Now Slajewski taps it over to Siminovic. She plays it into the box. Cleared out by Dover. Hannah Michael, nice left-footed pass. Slajewski crosses field. Now Rohi steps up.
The Bulldogs able to maintain a lot of offensive pressure so far, really bottling up the Green Wave in their own end.
A lot of balls have been sent up the left wing. Now Slajewski tees one up, and her shot is just wide.
We'll have to work on that.
Good attempt.
Well, there's still time. Playoffs start next week.
Exactly. She got her first goal of the season last game, so she was at Memorial, so she was very excited.
Well, that was a big goal then.
Yep.
Bedford only scored twice in that one. DeAngelis turns it up the right wing. Flynn turns it back to the middle. And her left-footed shot is fielded by Kaylee Krenzer.
I don't know if that was intended to be a shot on goal or a feed to Tulin.
An aggressive feed.
Nice header by Kim.
Now Treader takes it away.
Siminovic lets it roll to Hernack. She clears it. Kim gets it to DeAngelis. She's tripped up, and that'll earn a whistle.
That is a Bedford record. We went 8.5 minutes without a whistle.
Freshman Neve Humphrey lining up the free kick. Flynn comes out to play it. Now Rowie plays it up to Santos. Flynn trying to get to the middle of the field. She gets tangled up. Both players tumble, and that'll be a Dover free kick. Mackenzie Claremont sends it up for Dover. Flynn taps it to Tulin. Now Santos tries to cross it. Kim heads it back to Santos.
Intercepted and broken up by Mackenzie Claremont for the Green Wave.
Long ball ahead up the right wing. And Hernack will save that one. It was Megan Lancaster who tracked that one down on the right wing and served it into the box. Seminovic now with some space. She plays it to DeAngelis. They can't connect on the give and go. Taylor Kinsman sends it up for Dover. And Bedford will have a throw-in on the far side. Just over 10 minutes into the first half, still scoreless. Bedford's been dominating possession. They've had a couple decent opportunities, but
just off the mark.
Coach Winning getting her seniors a bunch of playing time here in the first half together. 9 seniors currently on the field after Tulin replaced McEachern. Now Seminovic plays it into the box. That was Tulin trying to head it to her teammates, but the play doesn't work, so it'll be a goal kick for Dover.
It looks like Dover's going to make a few changes out there.
Number 5 just entered the game. That's Allison Gallant. One of the substitutions.
I tried to help you out with the other two, but I didn't. I missed those.
17 is also in. That's Lopez in the midfield. She's playing it right now. DeAngelis takes it from her and sends it into the box.
Tulin chases it down.
Nice footwork to keep it in. Ellie Flynn tries to give it back to her. Tulin battling and shoots it just wide. She's indicating a deflection, and the referees agree. So we'll have a corner kick.
The second one for Bedford. This one will be on the far corner.
Neve Humphrey getting organized.
This one will probably hit toward goal. There's no other Bedford players nearby, so expect this one to head right for the net.
It sure does. It's well placed, but Flynn has to backtrack.
I think that was Santos with the header attempt.
And now Bedford will have a throw-in on the near side. Slojeski looks and sends it into Ava. Now Lucy Treader dribbles for Dover. Nice ball with the left. Here comes Megan Lancaster again. She's into the box. Oh, what a save by Hernack.
Wow.
Point blank shot there.
Excellent save by the senior there to keep this game scoreless 13 minutes in.
Probably the best scoring chance of either team tonight.
Absolutely.
Now Lancaster's on the far side. This time she loses possession. We'll have a goal kick. Well, Frank, that you can just tell the speed of this turf. One ball from, what was it, on the near side 40-yard line all the way to about the far side 20, and Lancaster was in with another dribble for that close-in shot.
Yeah, I mean, we all know the issues with the Bedford field. Hopefully they get the funding soon to replace this 11 or 12-year-old turf. Because even talking to the players, both boys and girls, it's similar to playing on the parking lot. And it's I wouldn't say dangerous, but it's not comfortable for football players, baseball players, field hockey to play on this type of facility. But I don't personally have the $1 million to fix it right now, so.
Yeah, these fields don't come cheap. That's for sure.
Lopez throws it in for Dover. And Slojeski clears it. Dover gaining some confidence after that near goal. Bedford with the counterattack, and it's offsides. Tulin just ahead of that play.
Yeah, it looked like a good transition there. Nice feed down the sideline, but Tulin was just a little ahead of the play.
It is a game of timing on those plays. You have to stay even with that final defender. Tulin was just ahead.
You know, most of the time they blame the forward on that, but sometimes it's the person pushing the ball through, not doing it at the right time is also part of this offsides equation. I know the forwards always get the blame.
Santos plays it in with the left. Now it's cleared away. Kim controls it to Santos. Now Siminovic turns, gets it over to Slajewski. Hannah Michael plays it to Siminovic. Now DeAngelis with a little bit of room. Nice ball. Siminovic shot. The one hopper is saved by Krenzer.
That one came from far enough away and wasn't moving terribly fast, so Krenzer was able to track it and pull it in for the save.
Yeah, you're right, Harry. Not a lot of velocity on that shot, but a nice play.
Yeah, the fact that she was able to get away from her defender and get a shot away is to her credit.
Big ball ahead. DeAngelis trying to gain position. She does. Plays it into the middle.
There it is. That's a goal. Oh.
And Santos sends it over the top of the crossbar. That was a nice ball by DeAngelis.
She had the option, too, of giving it to the player that was coming down the middle.
Flynn, yep.
In fact, that's why I thought it was intended for first, now realizing we had another defender or a scoring threat coming down the far side.
Michael heads it out. Dover will have the throw in.
Fun fact on Hannah, her family has a property in Goffstown, and she has over 50 animals. I didn't get a breakdown of the animals, but I think that's kind of neat.
That is. It's a lot to keep track
Yeah,
of.
Ooh.
exactly.
Big collision there with Kim and number 8, Abby Kozlowski there. It's going to result in a free kick for Bedford.
Now the animals, that's sort of one of the themes of these fun facts.
Yes. Yep, we do. We'll get into a couple more of those, but yes.
All right, we'll let the listeners just guess at what that might be.
That's right.
I bet they will not be able to guess. A nice try there by Tulin from well outside the box.
It was a good attempt. Tulin had the time to tee it up and basically tried to get it over Krenzer's head and just under the crossbar. Came pretty close.
Yeah, it's fun when you have a little bit of a bounce on the shot. It gives you some more options.
A little backspin, too.
And she was able to try and lob it over her head, like you said. Just went too high.
And Dover had a couple players swap there. Changing a few out. Coaches still feeling each other out where positionally players should be.
Siminovic plays it up to Flynn, just too high.
A nice move there by Kinsman to get away from that defender.
Now DeAngelis has it.
Oh.
A little pinball action around Flynn. And Krenzer has it. Plays it right to the foot of Parker, number 6. And here comes Treader. Nice job on the far side by Jury. Santos coming back to help on defense. And she wins the throw-in. She hands it back to Rohe. Ball deflected out.
Rachel Rohe is actually the oldest player on the team, and she's also the shortest.
Quite a combo there.
That's her claim to fame for BHS varsity soccer.
Now, these are fun facts that were presented to you, correct?
Yes, they were from the girls, actually.
That ball sails over Bedford's net, so the Bulldogs will have a goal kick. Hope Duncan played that one for Dover, number 21. Hernack plays it short to Slajewski. And now she's able to pick it up after the deflection. And the easiest way to switch fields is just to carry the ball across to the other side.
No worry of a turnover in that situation.
That's right.
Yeah, we saw a turnover in the boys' game 2 days ago that resulted in a goal. Basically, kind of a little bit of how would you describe it? Just kind of a mental lapse by the keeper, not realizing that one of the Bedford players was close by.
Yeah, that was Vitor.
Right.
And he was putting pressure on like he always does. And sometimes you get a goal out of that when your striker pressures the goalkeeper and the goalkeeper mishandles it.
Absolutely. Pick up the dirty one, the easy ones, the clean ones, whatever. Dirty, whatever, however it is. Put in that little extra effort. And I've known him for a few years, and he definitely always puts 100% into his game.
He really does. He really does. Well, both goalkeepers tonight have handled everything. We're past the midway point of the first half, still scoreless. Hernack with the best save of the day for Bedford. Krenzer's had a couple as well for Dover. Lopez plays it up. Slajewski wins that one nicely. No one home on that ball.
As it rolls effortlessly the length of the field into the goalie's waiting hands.
DeAngelis traps that one nicely. Once again, too much speed. It's another reason why on this field, especially, Frank, you want to play the angles. You want to get it out to the wing and then bring it back in, so that if you pass it straight ahead and you don't land it right on their foot, it's going to go all the way to the goalie.
Yeah, exactly. It just runs on you. So yeah.
Santos tried to turn it up there on the far side, but just went out of bounds. But she wins it back for Bedford. DeAngelis turns it upfield, looking for Flynn. Now Rohe lets it go out of bounds. She'll have the throw in. Coming into the game for Bedford, number 5, Avery Manny. She's going to play right back for the Bulldogs. Slajewski plays it forward. Now Tulin connects with Manny on the near side. Slajewski turns, tries to connect up on the wing, but
put on the wrong side to DeAngelis.
DeAngelis lets that one roll out. Now Manny with a throw in. Bedford will have another.
And the other number 5, Galenti, puts it out of bounds.
Flynn, Slajewski. Here comes Tulin, in by herself. Shot saved. And that deflects all the way out past the 18. So another strong chance averted. Bedford keeping the pressure on, though. Ellie Flynn this time. Krenzer racking up the saves here. That was a real nice individual move by Tulin.
It really was.
2 shots ago. Now DeAngelis steps up. Tulin gives it back to her. And we've got an offside call. Tough one there. Tough angle for the referee on that one. Looked pretty close. Free kick taken by Kylie Small. Treader plays it for Dover. Now Siminovic.
Ava, a great find. I shouldn't say find. It's not like we recruit here in Bedford, but Ava's a welcome addition this year to the team. She's only been in Bedford for about a year, a little less than a year, and absolutely loves BHS. Go Dogs, according to the note I got from her.
The squad certainly happy to have her. She's been fun to watch this year with her versatility.
Yeah, and I believe she's going to be playing next year at Williams. I think that's where she's going to be heading off to play her collegiate soccer.
Slajewski plays it ahead. Now Tulin sends it up to Flynn. Splits a double team, and her shot is saved and cleared again by Dover.
Boy, Flynn showing some physicality there, trying to get a shot away when she was sandwiched between two defenders like that. Really fought her way through and got a good shot on net.
I think I've mentioned it before. She is one of 9. So everywhere from the dinner table to sharing the bathroom at home, she's got a battle for everything. So she's one of the more physical players on the Bedford field.
No, she showed it right there. Tara Naftali checking in for the Bulldogs on the near side, number 6. She's replaced Siminovic.
Out of bounds off Dover player. It'll be Bedford ball.
DeAngelis with the header. And Tulin with another shot. That one off the frame. 13 minutes to play here in the first half. Still scoreless between the Bulldogs and the Green Wave.
Dover's been able to reduce some of that offensive pressure from Bedford. They're still getting their chances, but earlier in the game, the play was completely in the Dover end. And now the Green Wave has gotten a little more confidence getting the ball out of their zone. And Krenzer, of course, made a couple of great saves there to keep it scoreless here.
That last shot attempt was from Rohi. It went high and wide. Flynn tries to keep it in. She cannot. We'll have a goal kick. Actually, the ball went out of play on the near sideline, so we'll have a throw in. Lopez turns towards the middle, but Tulin has it. Now Rohi plays it to Slajewski.
Here's a chance for Flynn.
And she's played off the ball there. Nice recovery from Dover on that one. Kim to Slajewski. Nice soft pass to DeAngelis. Now Tulin has a little room in the middle of the field. Shot right on goal and saved again.
One of the things about all the shots on goal for Bedford, they've really been right on Krenzer. Every save she's made, she hasn't had to make too much of a move from side to side to take the ball in.
Yeah, if Bedford could earn points for hitting the target, and the goalie was the target, the Bulldogs would have 5 or 6 already.
They win the teddy bear at the circus, that's for sure.
$11 minutes to play here in the first half. Still scoreless. Bedford putting the pressure on relentlessly. Now another opportunity. Just off the foot of Abby Forrester there. She's checked in on the far wing. Nice footwork from Tulin. Again, right to Krenzer.
Bedford's getting a lot of shots off, but I think I don't know if it's out of desperation, but it doesn't appear that the players are picking their heads up and looking for the open person in front of the net. They're wildly shooting from all types of interesting angles, but that'll have to change soon.
DeAngelis finally tracks it down. She can't get through the Dover double team. Here comes Kozlowski. And she can't reach it. Bedford will have a goal kick. Seminovic will check back in for the Bulldogs, replacing Rohi. Now under 10 minutes to play in the first half. Frank will see if the Bulldogs can make that adjustment before halftime.
I hope so.
Or if Coach Winning will have to tell them.
Yeah, if this continues at 0-0, don't want to be on the Bedford sideline for that discussion.
Although it's worth noting that a tie really doesn't hurt them at all as far as standings go. Only a loss could make them slip further down the standings.
Fair point. However, the psychology of it from your coach at halftime might hopefully put a little spark in him here.
And there's a trip.
DeAngelis upended there.
Kinsman, I believe, is the one who took her down.
Fun Gabby fact: she does the night before the game. She always does 2 French braids and ties off with her pink bandana, which makes it her the easiest person on the field to pick out for Bedford.
Yes, that arrangement is still intact.
We like that one.
If only every player would have some sort of distinct markings like that.
A distinctive hairstyle.
Yes.
Yeah, I suggested everyone wear the pink bandana, but then that got a little confusing. So,
color-coded players.
That's Lancaster for Dover. And she plays it back to Treader. Now DeAngelis is there to steal that pass. Sends it up to Flynn.
And she was onside there.
Nice work there for her to gain possession.
Foot
She stumbles,
race.
but gets it into Tulin in the middle. And another shot on goal there from Forrester.
And Krenzer had to move a bit to her side to make that play.
Yeah, she had to work a little bit for that one. So we're making progress. DeAngelis sends it back to Kim. A heading competition. Ends with a foul. And Kylie Small will take this free kick.
Small, the other captain of this Dover squad, along with Treader.
Treader loses it eventually. Now DeAngelis choosing her path. She gets by Lopez. Makes another miss. Attempts a shot. That was another easy save for Krenzer. Krenzer, a junior goalkeeper. Playing quite well tonight. Nice challenge from Flynn. Sets up Tulin. And Forrester now keeps it in.
Ooh, that just missed the post.
That was Tulin. .5:55 to play here. Bedford looking to get one in the net before halftime. And Slajewski tumbles. Lopez plays it up for Dover. Manny gets it to DeAngelis. Nice little give and go with Flynn. And on the cross, Krenzer comes out and grabs it. Seminovic turns that one back upfield. And we'll have a free kick for the Bulldogs. Seminovic surveys, finds Slajeski. Now DeAngelis sets up Manny. Nice cross. Here comes Flynn. And she can't quite get much on that one. Looked like she tried to go with the outside of her right foot there. Perhaps a powerful left would have been more effective. DeAngelis battling Treader. Small sends it up for Dover. And Kim will clear it on the near side. Under 4 minutes to play, still scoreless.
A little fun fact for Anna Kim, people with blue eyes intimidate her when she's playing soccer.
How about that?
I'm not really sure how that one came up, but blue eyes, not good.
That's surprising to be able to notice
That's
eye color when you're she's multitasking.
exactly.
Seminovic stops that one. Plays it to Kim. Naftali sends it up the left wing. DeAngelis sends it to the corner, and we have another offsides. That's got to be 5 or 6 offsides tonight.
All on Bedford.
Both teams trying to perfect that timing. Because if you do get it right, that's when you get the breakaway. And
Absolutely. You get the defense standing on their heels, and you have a beeline right for the goal. You can give up 5 or 6 offsides. If you can convert 1 or 2 of them a game, they'd be doing pretty well.
exactly. Naftali battling. Now Lopez, straight to Hernack. She makes another save. 2 minutes to play now in the first half. The officials will keep the clock on the field. Hernack comes out to play that, and it goes out on the far side. This gives Dover a chance to move up. It's almost like having a corner kick. Nice big throw in into the box. Kim is able to clear it out, though. Is Flynn going to get there first? Yes, she is. But she plays it too far ahead on that touch.
She was stuck right in the middle of those two center backs and had the speed, just kind of ran out of real estate there.
DeAngelis over to Naftali.
Still impressive, though. She made up a lot of ground
Yeah.
just to get into that position.
And another offside for Bedford.
As usual, the crowd disagrees with the ref on offsides.
Under 2 minutes to play here.
Correct, with no angle. And no knowledge of the actual rules.
Seminovic plays it up. Now Humphrey heads it, and Lopez has it for Dover.
Should be close to the end of the half any moment now.
Perhaps one more opportunity here. Naftali with a big charge. Give and go. She has it back. And That ball is going to bounce off the flag, and it's still in. And Dover will have a free kick.
As Slajewski draws her third whistle for the game.
So does the flag count as inbounds? I thought if
It's-
it hits that, it's out. It's out.
That's 1 in 100. He's got to cross the line completely to be out. So that was still in, and what an odd angle. But that's the way this half has gone. Bedford just can't get the right angle. And we go into halftime scoreless.
Well, I've got to say that the Dover Green Wave players should be feeling pretty good about this. I mean, despite their 4-11 record, they've held Bedford at bay for the most part. They have been able to get the ball out of their zone after the first part of the half where they were kind of boxed in. They've been able to get a few shots on goal on Bedford, but nothing. It's anybody's game still.
Yeah, you got to tip your hat to their defense. They're battling, and Krenzer. You know, a lot of the shots have been directly at her, but you have to give her credit for getting in the right position.
You have to handle the ball. You can't give up any rebounds, and she played them well.
Yep.
So we'll just take a break here. There's nothing to recap. Nothing. We'll be back in about 9 minutes for second half action. No score between Bedford and Dover. You're watching Girls Soccer on BCTV 23. Hello, everybody. We are back at BHS Stadium. Second half action between Bedford and Dover. No score so far. Pretty close game. Maybe a slight advantage to the Bulldogs on possession.
Well,
And here's a turnover.
I'm sure Coach Winning gave them a good talking to it at the break.
Here's a shot on goal that hits a player. Now kicked up in the air, played by Tulin. Free ball, another header. Bouncing outward. Here's a shot by number 5. That's Manny, and it's easily caught by Krenzer for a goal kick. She punts it away to midfield. Header ahead. Tulin now. It went off her elbow. Official let that go. Now Neftali centers it to Flynn. Her shot is blocked, goes way out of bounds, almost into the stands. And we'll get a throw in. Manning. Into play now to number 8, Ava Siminovic. There's a shot on goal. That goes wide. That'll be another goal kick for Dover.
Yeah, Bedford showing a lot of energy. Starting with Flynn on Dover's kickoff. She really charged in to try and steal it away. So they've got to come out here and get on the board.
Yeah, they had. I mean, I think they gave Ava a little bit of space there, and she was way up high.
Now Kylie Small's kick is intercepted by Flynn. Tulin had a chance at it. There's a clearing attempt. Now Kim has it. Cleared away to midfield. Oh, there's a collision right there between Siminovic and number 22. That was Megan Lancaster. Now a kick into the Bedford zone. They come back to get the ball. Hit up the sideline. Sarah Kraft keeps it in. Kinsman's kick goes wide of the net, and it'll be a goal kick for Bedford.
I think we had a goalie change at halftime with Bedford.
Do you know if that's Santos out there?
Yeah. Zoe Santos comes in for Caitlin Hernack.
Well, Hernack played very well in the first half. She had that great save on the point-blank shot to preserve the shutout.
There's a play in there by Tulin, pretty much to no one in particular. Krenzer picks it up for Dover and punts it away. Now Kinsman leaves it there for Small. She chips it ahead, and again Kinsman gets it back. Pass up there. Lancaster had it momentarily. Now Duncan. Down the sideline, intended for Ernst. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Bedford ball. Here's the throw-in. And a collision right there, but coming away with it, Taryn Neftali. DeAngelis settling it down to Manning. Now Flynn moving. Flynn still in control. Sends it across there for, can't quite get the number. Kim kicks it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Dover ball.
Oh, do we know how many teams make the playoffs?
14. And the top 2 seeds, which in this case are Exeter and Londonderry, will have byes.
I was just trying to figure out if Dover might be playing or fighting for a playoff spot, but
No, they're eliminated.
That's not the case.
All the teams, the playoff teams have more or less been determined already.
Just some chances for things to move around a little bit.
6 and 9 is the least. Alvern, Merrimack, and Wyndham all are tied at 6 and 9. They're going to be the bottom 3. Of course, they have games tonight as well, so whether those teams win or lose will determine their seeding, but basically all those teams are in the tournament. Now DeAngelis gets away from her defender, and a feed up ahead, a little too far, held in there, was able to chase it down. Across, and a slow kick there by, trying to get the number there. Did you get the number?
Flynn with the shot. DeAngelis set her up nicely with that header, and Flynn again tried to go with the outside of the foot, just didn't make very good contact.
Now here's Dover. Kozlowski tries to feed it ahead.
You've been waiting all night for that, haven't you?
Yes, I have been. That was intended for Lancaster, but she couldn't get a foot on it. Now Lopez feeds it up to Kozlowski. She's trying to chase it down before it goes out of bounds, and she's unable to do so. It'll be Bedford ball. O'Doherty now for Dover. Here's Lancaster coming in, gets by the Santos. Santos leaves the goal wide open, and it's a score. Megan Lancaster puts it in the net, and Dover's up 1-0 with 33:59 to go in the second half.
Well, the thing Lancaster did there was she took advantage of her opportunity, and she did not miss. She made a nice play there when she was in alone to dribble with the left and create an open net for herself.
And Santos came out to cut down the angle or make a play. And you know, if you're gonna make that commitment, you better win that decision, because Santos was not able to deflect the ball away or come up with it. Lancaster was able to control it after she got by Santos and pretty much had the entire net to shoot at, and she did not miss that opportunity. So Dover up 1-0 now, 33:35 left here in regulation. As we mentioned earlier, a tie does not affect Bedford's seeding. A loss, however, could drop them back a spot or two.
Well, I think the freshman goalie will go look back on that, and there are things goalies do in those situations that may help her in the future to handle that a little bit differently. But she's still young and works hard. She's a great goalie she's going to have a lot of good years at Bedford, that's for sure.
And there's the throw-in. DeAngelis along the sideline, handling very well. Crossing over. Cleared away, but Manny gets it. Manny's shot. And there's a kick there by Neftali. That goes wide. Now Kim takes over. Ava Siminovic. Her kick is stopped by Krenzer for Dover, and she'll kick it away. Showing nice leg there.
Well, Siminovic didn't score there, but she did challenge Krenzer, and Bedford almost got a rebound out of that.
Now Kim comes up with the ball. Naftali tries to cross it. And here's a chance and a goal. Beautiful shot there by Tulin.
Yep, that's a goal. That's
ties it right up.
She had that goalie screen. This goalie was kind of screened. Had no idea where that ball was going. I don't even think she moved until it was in the back of the net.
Even if she had, she probably wouldn't have been able to get it. That was a perfect shot, a bullet, right into that far corner.
15, Olivia Tulin.
And Tulin really picked her spot there. She got that corner on that shot. Beautifully played.
And she took advantage of that screen because she didn't hesitate. The ball was bouncing, and she didn't wait for Krenzer to be able to adjust and find the right angle on her. She just buried it.
So now with the game all tied up, we're in the Dover end. A clearing attempt picked up by Kim. She's being harassed, tries to feed it ahead. It's knocked out of bounds. It should be Bedford ball, and it is. Here's the throw-in for Flynn. Goes off a Dover player, so it'll be another throw-in for Bedford. And it goes out of bounds again and goes off of a Bedford player this time. It'll be a goal kick, I believe. So Kylie Small has it now, ready to tee it up. Under 31 minutes to play, tied at 1. Small's kick. It's headed up. And DeAngelis comes up with it. Here's Siminovic. Siminovic trying to get away from a defender. DeAngelis. Now that looks like a handball on Dover on Small. Officials let that one go. Kind of hit her on the underside of her arm. Certainly not intentional. Now along the near sideline, the ball goes off of Avery Manny and will go to Dover. Now Bailey Ernest, number 4, retrieves the ball. And she'll get ready to throw it in. Actually, she's going to leave it there for Lopez. Lopez waits for her teammates to get into position.
Yeah, we have a sub on the far side.
Yeah, number 4, Ernest, leaves the game. I didn't see who came in for her. Now, Bedford takes the ball away. Charging down the sideline. Probably was a feed for Tulin. She couldn't catch up to it. Instead, the ball goes right to Krenzer for another save.
That was a nice little foot race down that far side of the field.
Paige Muir's in the game. She just made contact there. Now there's a feed for Tulin. Tulin settles it down, crossing over, too far for everyone. That's going to go out of play.
I do have a Paige Muir fun fact. She's memorized all the U.S. Open tennis winners. Interesting. I'm not sure how long the U.S. Open's been around, but isn't that like 100 years or something?
Yeah, we're talking lots of decades.
I didn't actually test her, but maybe I'll pull up Wikipedia later and see how she does.
Manny for Bedford turns it over, has to go back for it. Now Siminovic to Flynn, who's got the only goal for Bedford. Long looping shot over the net. 28-13 to go in regulation. We're tied at 1. Goals by Megan Lancaster for Dover and Elizabeth Flynn for Bedford. Actually, correction, it was Tulin.
Right, Flynn had the assist.
Flynn had the assist. Thank you for correcting me there. It was Tulin's goal.
And it was a quick answer within less than 2 minutes after Dover scored. Bedford finally woke up and scored thanks to Tulin.
Here's a free kick. And a goal is not going to count there because Bedford was offside again.
Well, this is fun where we're going to get a replay on this here. In the booth, we have the delayed feed. So we're going to take a look at that.
It's going to take about a minute to catch up, though.
Because the thing is, the offsides is ruled upon when the ball is played.
Now Kim feeds it back, but it's knocked out of bounds by Lancaster. So Manny will throw it in now for Bedford. Okay, keep an eye on that. I'll keep an eye on the play here. Here's the throw in. Mackenzie Claremont. Played out of bounds, so Bedford will take over.
On the replay, Harry, I do think that may have been a good call. Seminovic, it seemed like she started running behind the defenders before the ball was played.
Here's an opportunity now for Tulin. One-on-one, a center, and a goal!
There's a goal.
Gabrielle DeAngelis.
Great centering, great pass into the middle from Tulin. And Gabby DeAngelis is sitting there waiting for the ball, wide open.
Looked like there was a little extra special hug there for the senior. Tulin happy to set her up for the go-ahead goal.
Perfect pass that was placed right in front of Krenzer, and just no time to react to the move.
Well, hopefully Gabby's brother, who's up at Clarkson, was a Bedford High School alumnus, is watching her sister's game. Highly doubt it, but
well, he can always watch it on demand. These games are on YouTube after we broadcast them live. So
go mountain. He's on the mountain biking team up there, so it's either that or watch his sister play.
Now here's the ball in the Bedford end, but the Bulldogs are back to play it. Picked up there by Cannon, now taken away by DeAngelis, our goal scorer just moments ago. She feeds it up to Flynn. She can't control it. Now Lopez with it for Bedford. DeAngelis comes and takes it away and now has it stripped away from her by McCoy. Paige Muir down the side there for Tulin. She gets pushed off the ball by McCoy, and McCoy puts it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Bedford.
That ball ahead from Muir is about as good as you can do on a ball up the wing. Setting Tulin up and keeping the ball in play.
Now Seminovic, she puts it on net. It was going to go wide anyway, but Krenzer brings it in for the save. Under 25 to go here in regulation. Bedford up 2-1. After a scoreless half, we've seen 3 goals here in the second. And a little collision there. Number 5, Gallant, running into Rachel Slajewski there.
Interesting, no whistle. I guess
it was away from the ball.
Yeah, it's checking.
They didn't see it, or
that's acceptable in certain high school sports.
Now here's the throw-in for Dover. Gallant kicks it ahead to Treader. Goes out of bounds. They will throw in again. Treader being challenged. Double teamed. Lopez with it, and they're going to blow the whistle here.
Well, Slajewski drew the foul on that one finally. Good. Opposite side of the whistle, unusual for her.
Now a free kick for Bedford. Into the Dover end. Picked up by the Green Wave. Clearing attempt. Headed back. Now here's Tulin fighting with McCoy. Bedford takes it right back. That's Tulin again. There's a cross to Kim. Kim shot blocked. Picked up again by Dover, over to Tulin. To Flynn, I should say. Flynn chips it over to the Dover net where Krenzer makes the save. Now Lopez for Dover. Kim plays it momentarily. Another kicker by Treader. Tried to feed it ahead to Lancaster, who's got the goal for Dover. Here's a shot. And a save by Santos. And this is going to be a corner kick for Dover. So Treader threading the needle to Lancaster. Coming in on Santos, but this time Santos came out and played it correctly. Was able to make the save, only giving up a corner here to the Green Wave. Here's the kick. And glances off ahead and goes out of bounds. Went off a Dover player, so it's going to be a goal kick here for Bedford.
Frank, what were you saying earlier about checking?
Yeah. Well, Lancaster for Dover definitely
Pushed off a little bit there, right?
used her size through the middle there.
Yeah, she got her right arm up, forearm up. I thought they'd blow the whistle and send that the other way. It almost cost Bedford a goal.
I've seen them blow the whistle for a lot less than that, that's for sure.
Now the goal kick, played by Bedford, and picked up by Forrester down the sideline. Forrester still with it. Cuts. Crossover to Flynn. Her header goes wide.
That was a real nice touch from Tulin there to get that started with her left knee. She's been outstanding here in the second half, scoring that first goal for Bedford and setting up the second.
So Kylie Small kicks it away for Dover. Flynn had it momentarily. Now Treader sends it up the sideline for Lancaster. Goes out of bounds. And we'll see who retains possession. I guess it'll be Dover. So Lopez will do the honors here. Plays it in, but Bedford takes over here. DeAngelis, she's got some room to move. Feeds it ahead, misses her teammate. But now Forrester has it. Up against Cannon. DeAngelis inside to Flynn. Turns and kicks just wide.
Close.
Just glances the post on the outside. A good attempt there.
That was an excellent attempt. She didn't have much room. Quick spin, low, hard shot. Probably the one she's happiest with of her shot attempts tonight.
We just crossed the 20-minute threshold. Time remaining here in the second half. Bedford in the lead, 2-1. And that goes out of bounds. Margaret Parker chasing it down, but it goes out of bounds. It will belong to Bedford.
I've got another fun fact, even though I don't think Neve Humphrey's in the game right now, but she has a hamster named Oreo, and she doesn't play with him. She's very afraid of her hamster.
Really?
So
I'm
poor,
not shocked.
Poor Oreo.
My daughter was a hamster expert as well, and hamsters are quite mean. They do bite. If you don't have a friendly one, they can be vicious
creatures.
They actually. Here's an interesting fun fact about rodents. As soon as this play plays its way out,
as soon as
Flynn
this goal,
coming in all alone. Here's a shot and a score. Flynn on the breakaway.
Well, that's fun to see. She seems to have been frustrated so far tonight with a lot of chances that she wasn't able to convert, but she tucked that one nicely inside that far corner.
So Flynn gets a goal.
Bedford goal by number 11, Elizabeth Flynn. Assist to number 15, Olivia Tulin.
18:53 to go here in regulation play. Bedford comfortably up now, 3-1.
That was brought to you by Oreo, the #1 hamster in Bedford.
So he's good luck, actually.
Yes.
Now, hamsters are solitary creatures. They can be social, but they tend to prefer to be alone. Quite the opposite. Rats need companionship. And you can't have a single rat. They would literally die of loneliness. So if you're going to have rats, you got to have more than one.
That's the key to success in New York City, right? More
Well,
than one rat.
Tame pet rats are actually quite intelligent and quite friendly. They're almost like little puppy dogs.
I'll take your word for that one.
Now, again, my daughter, she graduated from hamsters to rats. And her rats are actually quite nice. Play in the Bedford end now. They come up with it. Neftali tries to clear it away. We get a whistle. And it looks like a throw in here for Dover. Kinsman actually will get a free kick, so a foul called there. On net. Blocked. Played by Gauthier, number 9. Tries to get it back up the sideline. Goes out of bounds. Bedford takes over. Under 17 to go here in regulation. 3-1 Bedford. On the throw-in. Looks like Flynn on the far sideline. Trying to get by Small. And it's going to be ruled off of a Bedford player, so it's a goal kick now for Dover.
Jory Santos just checked out for Bedford, one of 10 seniors here on senior night. She was replaced by another senior, Hannah Michael. Seniors had a nice ceremony before the game. Frank was down on the field.
I was in both an advisory capacity and as a senior father.
It's a lot to handle.
Nobody listens
spot.
to me anyway, so I wasn't really advising anything. But
Kick by Smalls. Now cleared away again by McCoy. Treader sends it into the Bedford zone. Played there by Kim.
If anybody noticed, but the Bedford girls gave the Dover girls, the Dover seniors, flowers at the beginning of the game. They kind of cross-introduced each other, and Bedford brought some flowers over to the girls, so it was a nice gesture.
I'm sure it's appreciated. Ball's cleared out by Dover. And we'll have a throw in for Bedford. Actually, looks like it's going to be a corner kick. On the far corner. Here's the kick into the box, and it goes behind the net.
I think the wind took that one. It was a 15, 20 knot wind blowing across the field that may have taken that over the back of the goal.
It was pretty windy this afternoon. I'm surprised it's this tame.
It has died down to 0.
Flag is limp. Flag is limp. Now Smalls again. Her kick. Hits a Bedford player. They fight along the far sideline here, and now Kim comes away with it. Feeds it ahead. McCoy. She's fighting. Now comes up to Treader. Treader hits it down the sideline. It's a foot race now. Goes out of bounds. Margaret Parker couldn't quite chase it down.
tell you, Margaret Parker's got some wheels on her there. She came out of nowhere. She's a pretty fast player.
Possession Dover. Lopez will have the throw in. Lopez misses everybody. Played by Bedford and cleared out. Now fed up to Flynn at midfield. Flynn kicks it toward the Dover net, where Krenzer picks it up. Kicked away where Lopez meets it. Leaves it for Treader. Knocked away. Now Lopez has another crack at it again. And Santos comes up with the save there. Off a header by Semenovic. Santos. Headed back there by Parker. And Hope Duncan makes contact there, but we get a whistle.
Yeah, delayed offside call there. Duncan snuck in behind the defense and was whistled for it.
Now Santos' kick. Met by Simonovic. She tips it into the Dover zone where it's cleared. And it's another throw in here for Bedford. Naftali. Over to Flynn. She headers it. Goes out of bounds. Dover will have the goal kick here. And Small is taking care of those goal kick duties for Krenzer. Been doing that all game. Well, part of the game anyway.
I always like that as a coach when the other team uses a player to take the goal kicks, keeping a defender away from my forwards.
There's a shot by Flynn, saved by Krenzer. Yeah, it's not like Krenzer can't kick the ball away. She was actually doing quite well earlier. You think she might be injured, or why would they change?
She's probably taking so many of them, her legs getting sore.
Yeah, that's probably a good reason. Trying to keep her fresh. Here's a cross to Tulin. To DeAngelis. Manny with it. Down to Flynn. Here's the center. Actually a shot that goes behind the Dover net. Under 11 minutes to play in regulation. 3-1 Bedford.
Looks like Dover sent a couple subs in. You can see
3 is out. That's Ernest. She comes out of the game. And I believe number 12, Mackenzie Claremont. Claremont comes in. Now Lopez had it momentarily. Bedford chases it down. Good play there. Along the sideline, too far. Ball goes back to Dover. The throw-in goes to Treader. She feeds it ahead now, trying to get to Lancaster. But instead, Simonovic gets there first and takes over. Now Forster. Here's a chance. Tulin got a lane down the sideline, being watched by Lopez. Tulin, center, and cleared away by Dover, giving up a corner.
we've got to have a little chat with these sideline helpers over here. A little too fast with that ball for my liking.
Yeah, need a few seconds delay.
Yeah. They're right on top of they're doing a crack job over there, actually.
So Neve Humphrey will take care of the corner kick. Here it comes. A soft kick. Taken away by Lopez. Kim headers it back. Humphrey. It goes off a Dover leg. as Forrester tried to play it. Here comes the throw-in. Wait and see who'll take over. Actually, we've got another substitution here.
We have 3 of them coming in.
So Naftali and Forrester leave the game.
Roe, Santos, and Slajewski check in.
Now DeAngelis changes direction, sends a looper. Small's able to play it for Dover and gets it out of the zone. Kinsman, being watched by Kim, sends it to Treader. Now up to Lancaster. There's a feed up, broken up by Bedford. And here comes number 17, Hannah Michael. She's able to settle the ball down. DeAngelis, Roe, back to midfield now to Simonovic. Hit back in, now cleared. Humphrey plays it for Bedford, and it's kicked back into the Dover end. 7:30 to go in regulation, 3-1 Bedford. Now Abby Kozlowski along the sideline. She loses out of bounds. And they're going to say that it went off a Bedford player, so we get a throw in here.
Looks like we have 3 new players for 3 fresh players coming in for Dover.
It's another goalkeeper change. Is this Odell, perhaps?
I believe that's Hernack checking back in.
Yeah, I think you're right, because she was wearing red earlier.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Slajewski is marked up on Kozlowski on the far side there.
Imagine that.
Now Small up the sideline, catches up to it. Tulin takes it away, though. Tulin's controlling it. Now here's a feed for Flynn.
That's
And a shot in the goal.
Oh,
What are they saying?
Just wide.
just
Oh,
wide.
I thought it was going in. It was Hannah Michael with the golden opportunity there. Tulin feeding it to her. I could have sworn it went in. Just it sliced. Okay, I took my eye off the ball just momentarily.
Push that over to her right foot next time. I do like the effort by Bedford, despite being up by a few goals, essentially dominating most of the play in this half. In 6 minutes left in the game, they're still working hard, and that's the kind of stuff that'll pay off in the playoffs.
Here's DeAngelis now one-on-one. She takes the shot, and
That's a
the
goal.
DeAngelis catches the corner.
That was a nice left foot from a good 20 yards out.
So that makes up for the Michael miss.
Yeah, exactly.
Really just
Go by number 7, Gabby DeAngelis.
bent that shot and just caught the corner. Terrific shot there by DeAngelis.
It's not bad to have a brace or a couple goals for a senior on essentially her last season game. That's fabulous.
So after a scoreless first half and then a brief moment where Dover led 1-0, it's been all Bedford since. 4 goals since the Lancaster goal. Here's Kozlowski fighting for it along the sideline. She's definitely giving it her all. Out of bounds, and Dover will retain possession. Ernest now with the throw in. O'Doherty taken away by Bedford, but it goes out of bounds, and it will be a Dover ball. Ernest now throwing it into Treader. Back to Ernest. Broken up by Bedford. Kim trying to clear it away. O'Doherty with it again. We're at the 5-minute mark. And now we're under official time. Clock on the scoreboard is stopped at 5. But the officials will be counting the minutes down from here on out. Throw in by Bedford. Flynn along the sideline. Tries to get away from Smalls. Can't do it, turns it over.
Back to your point, Frank, I think Coach Winning's going to be very pleased with how Bedford's played in the second half. They're
Absolutely.
really battling for every 50-50 ball, playing aggressively, and finally all these opportunities that they were creating in the first half.
Here's Lancaster with another attempt, and she's going to score her second goal. So great effort there by Lancaster, and once again, Santos coming out. I'm sorry, it wasn't Santos. It's Hernack coming out this time to play that ball on a sharp angle, but she didn't come up with it. And that error is going to cost Bedford a goal. No harm though, because they still have 2 more to give here with under 5 minutes to play. But it's nice to see Dover making the effort here to get another goal. And Lancaster, a sophomore, so she'll be back next year for the Green Wave. Now Flynn being guarded by Smalls. Looks like we have a corner here.
You're killing me, Smalls. That's what I probably should have said. Probably should have said with that last goal. Killing me, Smalls.
So under 5 to play now. Officials keeping track of time on the field. And we've got another corner kick here for Bedford, leading 4-2. High in the air. Header by Kim. Out of bounds. No harm. Dover will take over. Now Smalls tees it up. Kylie Smalls. Her kick goes off a Bedford player, and now Kim has it right around the 40-yard line. She chips it over to Tulin. Tulin tries to get it ahead to Michael. Gets past her, goes out of bounds. Dover ball. Now Sarah Kraft goes down. Actually, that's O'Doherty. DeAngelis, who got the last goal for Bedford.
Was there an assist on that last goal?
I think it was unassisted. We'll have to ask the scorekeeper. Here's DeAngelis with a shot. Hits the outside of the net. Out of bounds.
Well, that was her bid for a hat trick. Decent opportunity.
Well, we still have a couple minutes left here.
There is still time.
Looks like about a minute and a half on my watch.
That goes out of bounds off of Kraft. It'll be Bedford ball.
I have no more fun facts.
Really?
I wish I did.
Cleaned you out? No,
Yeah.
I don't have any more rodent facts. Here's Tulin with a weak shot that Krenzer's able to play. And this time Krenzer's going to do her own kicking. Punts it to midfield where Bedford plays it. Down the sideline, O'Doherty. Goes off a Bedford player. They'll retain possession. DeAngelis tries to make that play. Goes off of number 4, Ernest. And now Rohi will throw it in. Quick pass goes out of bounds. And that
4
is
minutes,
the game.
50 seconds.
Your final, Bedford 4 and Dover 2. All the scoring coming in the second half.
Congratulations to both Dover.
Yeah, and then I'm getting a text from one of the parents saying that their child assisted on the last goal by Gabby DeAngelis. Only for me to tell them that we take official stats and not parent stats.
Okay. Well, that's going to improve Bedford to 12-3. They finished with that record. They're going to be the number 4 seed in the tournament. We don't know who they'll play. Likely either Alvern, Merrimack, Wyndham, maybe Winnacunnet, depending on the results of other games around Division One. So a great way to finish the season, and we wish the girls the best of luck going forward. A quick recap on scoring, please.
Lancaster scored first for Dover 7 minutes into the second half. Then Bedford ran off 4 in a row. Olivia Tulin scored from Ellie Flynn. DeAngelis scored from Tulin. Ellie Flynn finally got one in to make it 3-1. And then Gabby DeAngelis scored her second of the night to make it 4-1. A beautiful left-footed kick into the far corner. And then Lancaster had that incredible goal for Dover with that crazy angle, somehow able to sneak it in.
Yeah.
So that finished off the scoring at 4-2.
So Lancaster kind of bookended all the goals. She got the first, she got the last. Bedford got the sandwich in the middle.
And just a quick update, with that win, they'll be hosting the first round of playoffs here in Bedford on next Thursday, October 31st at 3 p.m. The opponent still to be determined. So
Candy for all goal scorers.
And we'll be live. So tell your family, friends, and no, 31st.
31st.
Oh no, we won't be live.
We can't do that one, unfortunately.
Darn.
So you'll just have to come out and be here live.
Absolutely.
Cheer the girls on, as you should anyway, whether we're doing the game on TV or not. So anyway, there's your final. 4-2, Bedford's the winner. And don't forget that tomorrow night, Andrew and I, along with Lauren Fox, making his debut in the football booth, will be bringing you action of Timberlane versus Bedford. The Bulldogs trying to come back after 2 tough losses to Salem and Londonderry. They're going to face the winless Timberlane Owls here at 7 o'clock. So come on down and watch that, or tell your friends to tune in to BCTV 23 or listen to Bedford 105.1 Radio. 4-2 is the final. On behalf of myself, George Cox on the camera and production, along with Bill Jennings, Frank Slajeski, thank you for joining us. Andrew Hansen, I'm Harry Kozlowski. So long, everybody.